whoa, I'm recording. Everything that we say from here on out is like officially official. Just so you know, just in case anybody goes back through this YouTube and checks any of this stuff, which no one ever will. All right. I'm going to need your participation, though, so please participate, people online and people here. Has anybody heard of somebody working piecework before? Okay, this is when you get paid per item you create. Or per job you do. The most important thing you need to know about this is that it's a fixed rate, as in not like, this is not like an amount per hour. This is essentially like you're getting paid, a lot of like factory workers do this. Also people who are freelance. Anybody know what a freelance job is?
Yeah, a freelance job is where you like, okay, so let's say I don't really have a job and I'm just kind of doing things for people for money. Like someone's computer breaks, I fix it for him and he pays me for it.
Right, and it's not just like people who are unemployed, who have like an Etsy store or something like that, who are making things. But it's also some people who are very rich do this. Like people are like, people will be like a consult that a big company will bring in, and they'll be called freelance. So essentially freelance means you work for yourself and you either create things or you provide a service to many different companies who need it. Okay, so an example of this would be, and this would be in your notebook here because we're done with the definition. So an example of this would be, let's say that you work at a factory, and no, better yet, let's say that you work for a company that cleans carpets. And you get paid $30 per carpet you clean. So instead of being paid per hour, you get paid per the job that's done. Does that make sense? So if that day you clean 9 carpets, then to figure out your salary for the day, you take 9 carpets times 30, and that gives you a total of $270 for that day. But you're not getting paid the same amount every day. Some days you might have 0 work, right? And so you get paid 0 money. You don't get paid a certain amount per hour. You're not hourly. You're not salary. This is called piecework, when you're doing a job and you get paid per job and it is not a percentage. Anybody know what it's called when you get paid per percentage? Yeah? Commission. That's something that a lot of realty agents, have you ever heard somebody getting a commission on like a house they're selling? Okay, that is something that we'll talk about in a future lesson, but not right now. Piecework is, that's what I mean by a fixed rate. You get, it's always $30 per carpet, that kind of thing. Okay, another person who might do like freelance work is somebody who is an editor. They might be an editor for a book or many different, a magazine or something, or even just a document for that needs to be put out. And maybe you get paid $1.25 per page that you proofread. And you're looking for errors or edits. And this person, I don't know, in a couple days, they proofread 400 pages. Then to figure out how much they made in those couple days, you would take 400 times $1.25. Which is $500. Okay, so here's an important question. Why would a company hire employees like in a factory and say, look, we'll give you, you know, like $1 for every shoe that you make that goes down that assembly line. Why would they pay them that way instead of paying them per hour? Yeah? Right, an incentive to work harder, but also, because like if you're getting paid per hour, you might make, I don't know, 2 shoes per hour. Who cares? You're getting paid per hour. You're staying there, right? You're spending the time there. But if you're paid by the amount of shoes that you create, then you might have an incentive to work harder, work faster. Of course, you also don't want to make it worse quality, which is a problem that a lot of piecework companies have. Okay, now let's say that you are a plumber. Do plumbers usually work for themselves or do they work for a company? Usually. Yep, usually they work for a company. You call a company and you're like, hey, I'm having problems with my toilet or my sink or whatever. And they say, we'll send out one of our people, right? Okay, so this plumber, so sometimes what I'm trying to show you here is sometimes they make a combination of a certain amount per week, but then they also make a certain amount per job. So maybe it'll be like, the company might charge per the hour, but that doesn't mean necessarily that that plumber is taking home that money. That money goes to that company, and then the company pays the plumber. So maybe they say to the plumber, okay, we'll pay you $500 per week. But then we'll also pay you $50 for each house visit. Somebody tell me why this makes good business sense to pay them not only per week, no matter what, but also for each house visit.
Because then it's giving them an incentive to go out and do work.
Right. This $50 for each house visit, that's getting them to get on their jobs, right? Not only like, hey, I did a good job and I visited 2 houses today, that's great, but hold on, I've still got 3 hours left in my day. Maybe I'll make sure that I finish this one up quick so I can get to the next one, right? And get another $50, that's for sure. But why would they also do this? Why would they also pay you $500 per week no matter what? Yeah?
If there's no calls, then you're still getting paid that week.
Right, and if there are no calls, if nobody needs a plumber that week, which is very unlikely because a plumber is an awesome job that always has work, but let's say that nobody called that week, you would still get paid $500 per week. And why is that good for your company? Yeah? Right, it keeps people from quitting. I mean, if you've got a family and you're a plumber, you don't want your whole amount to be based on how many houses you can go visit, right? Like, let's say that I was, I don't know, a teacher during the coronavirus. And they said to me, look, if the coronavirus ends up keeping us home and you are teaching from home, we're not going to pay you. Like, my family wouldn't be able to live with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to find a new job, a new occupation, which is also ridiculous because here we're talking about a plumber not working, but in that scenario, we're talking about a teacher actually working harder than they normally have to work. So that's not really a fair comparison. But anyway, so let's say that, I don't know, this plumber visited 4 houses that day or that week. So then that week he got $500 for the week, and then what? $200 because that's 50 times 4, $200 for the visit. So this is the piecework part. So that's $700 that he made. All right, so that's it for me. I am going to put on the website right now, if I haven't already, the assignment, which is a worksheet and should go fairly fast. So I will put that on just in just a second, and you can go work on that. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.